Hello, welcome to 3, 2, 1 Press Play. This is a yoga practice for creativity. So I've been thinking about how creativity needs both a kind of focus but also a kind of freedom and like letting things happen. So that's the ideas behind a lot of the movements here. So we'll be going a little bit off track from the kind of most conventional yoga poses, moving around but using them as a way to focus as well. So for copyright reasons I won't be playing the playlist over the class, but we may as well start the playlist together. So I've made you a playlist, it's just below. Don't have to use it, it's not crucial, but if you do want to use it we may as well start together. So I'm going to start it here and we're going to do 3, 2, 1, press play. Okay, so we're going to start, as a lot of yoga classes start, just taking a big breath, stretching to the ends of our fingertips, reaching up to the sky, palms together, a bit of contact between the thumbs and the head, so nice heavy hands on the head, and down to the ground. We're going to shake our shoulders here, roll our shoulders back, and start to kind of pedal out the feet to give yourself a bit of flexibility and freedom in the hips. Okay, then we're going to reach up one arm, opening up towards the ceiling, and then rather than just staying here, we're going to allow the hand, imagine you being pulled up towards the ceiling, and then you get dropped. Okay, so same thing on the same side, reaching up, something's got you, you're going to reach, and you're going to drop out of it. So the other side, reaching up, and then extending from the tip of the finger up and drop. Reaching up, tip of the finger up and drop. Okay, back to that wriggling around shoulders position. And we're going to breathe in as you flatten the back, but keep the knees bent as you do that. So you get a little bit of an arch in this upper part of the spine if you can. Exhale as you pull in your belly and curl it. Inhale, extend from the head forwards, arch in the lower back, taking it into the upper back. Exhale. And then down towards the ground, and we're going to take a very conventional step back into plank. And you can either lower your knees to the floor like this, or take the full plank to upward dog pose. So I did the cobra version. Lifting up on the exhale, exhaling back, child's pose into downward dog. We're going to do that one more time just to get us in the swing of things. So either repeat what I just did, or you can do the version which goes down and up into upward dog. Exhaling into downward facing dog. Okay, I'm going to lift up our left leg, reaching it up towards the sky, and then straight forward into warrior one, normal warrior one. Ground your feet to the floor, really feel the ground underneath your feet. I'm going to reach up towards the ceiling and round. Take it a bit further forward, reaching up and back. So really big circles, reaching up and back. Palms together and open up towards warrior two here. Wriggle of the shoulders, so you're kind of swaying in the wind, and then down towards the ground. Push into downward facing dog, and we're going to lift up that left leg again. And instead of just coming in to say this is the scorpion pose, I want you to move your leg around to different places. So like it's reaching behind. The rest of the body stays still and focused in that 3-point balance, whilst the other leg is stretching out in all kinds of different directions. See if you can take it to a place where it's slightly unexpected. Okay, lowering down. We're going to roll forward into our plank again, inhaling in here, exhaling lower, knees to the floor, walk all the way into upward facing dog. Inhaling in your back bend, exhaling the downward dog, lifting up your right leg this time, and exhaling into our warrior one. big arm circles here. So ground your back foot on the floor. Up. Reaching to the front. And up. Almost like you're trying to reach for a big pile of leaves or confetti or whatever. Blow them over yourself. Good. Palms together, opening up wide. To a little short warrior two with a wiggle of the arms. And take yourself down into your downward facing dog. And we're going to straight to lift up that right leg this time and do that exploration with that leg in all different directions. Trying to keep the rest of your body quite firmly placed with broad shoulders and not allowing too much of this twisting in the shoulders to happen. Maybe you could try doing all points of the clock, or maybe you just want to go free for all, random. Try a kind of kick, try a little investigation of the point of the toe, whatever you like. Okay, coming down. We're going to roll forward again into our plank. Down, up. Exhaling. And we'll step forward with that left foot again. Lift up the right leg. Find a balance here, so you can have quite a low leg with a nice parallel foot, or if you feel like opening up more in the hips, feel free to go higher or whatever. The point is just to try to find a point on the floor with your eyes to focus on and stay in the balance. Okay, when you've got that, let go with your hands. Clearly I didn't have it. It's a nice little guide here. Get your focus and shift your eye line to a different part of the room straight ahead of you. And we're going to stay here with our leg in front of us. The rest of the body nice and relaxed. Inhale here. Exhale, bend, standing leg and the bent leg. Inhale to this nice straight focus point. Exhale, collapse it down, wobble, wobble, wobble. Inhale. Exhale. Send it back up again. Take yourself down. You can either go straight into downward dog or take another vinyasa if you prefer. Okay. Lifting up that right leg, stepping forward with the right leg and lifting up the left leg to that balance point. See if you can keep that focus. And then shifting the eye gaze to something in front of you. Simple, leg out in front of you. Strong leg here, so flexed foot to keep it nice and strong and parallel. Inhaling here. Exhale, you're going to collapse it down a little bit. Inhaling up. Exhale, collapse down. Inhale, back into position. Exhale, down to here. Okay, and from here we're going to go back to that beginning place. Opening up in that upper spine. Exhaling to curve and round the back. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. Exhaling to curve around the back. I'm going to come to sit down here into a squatting position. Relax the shoulders. So experiment with your different squats. We've got the parallel squat. I'll turn around so you can see a little bit better. The parallel squat here. So here, for example, I can't get my feet down on the floor without really curving in my lower spine. So I'm going to stay up here. So you want to try to keep a straight back here. And then maybe shift, have a little go at a wider leg squat here. I can get my feet down, but it's not about whether you can or not. It's more about what your guide is that you need to keep your back lifted and straight. Because I don't want you to kind of get into this kind of curved position where you're kind of trying to get into something which isn't very comfortable. So lengthen out from the spine however you need to. Okay, and bringing yourself down to two knees. Okay, but here we're going to reach up towards the ceiling with our palms flat and open our shoulders. Exhale, contraction of the waist, bit of a cuddle of yourself. Open up and open the shoulders, and to take them even more of an open shoulders, clasping your hands behind you, open them up, inhaling here. Exhale, the head's going to come down in front of you and arms are going to stay behind. So these might be here, you might want to go further, wherever you get a nice stretch. You experiment moving your body in different places as well. If you're rolling down, we've just been curving our back, so we're going to now move to a more of an arch spine position. So first of all, we're going to take our feet out in front of us and slowly roll down, curve in the lower back, reach, hold onto your knees for as long as you can, come down towards the ground, feet coming up to your pelvis, get a nice broad base, and you lift up in towards bridge. So from bridge, we can stay here. If you're feeling this is a strong pose and you're feeling like you really want to just go for that focus, see what happens if you stay still, just stay here. If you work better on a kind of movement-based creativity, so changing it up, changes things in a positive way for you, take one foot slightly towards the middle point so that you can lift up the other leg without falling over. I'm going to move that leg round to different points, so we're like reaching out, seeing what happens when we take the balance off and we explore with that toe to different places, maybe even underneath the leg. Okay, and then either staying here if you've chosen to stay here, or swapping legs, so moving the other leg so it gives you enough balance. Keep the pelvis lifted as much as you can. Keep the shoulders level. Don't allow tension to ride up into the shoulders. We want to be trying to support ourselves with the pressure of the foot on the floor and the lift in the pelvis. Good, putting your foot down. Lifting up, just strengthen that bridge. Maybe you want to open your shoulders wider and clasp your hands. Maybe you're fine like this. And then vertebra by vertebra, we're going to lower ourselves down to the ground. Top of the spine, middle of the spine, bottom of the spine. Draw the knees into the chest and little circles round the knees. And go around the other way. We'll take both our knees over to one side now. Whilst the other arm opens out, we're going to stretch with that foot into a spinal twist. You're going to see me maybe going like this, it's easier. And back to the middle. And on to the other side. And back to the middle. Okay, looking back to here. We're going to take a recline pigeon pose. So we're going to take our foot in front of the knee. We're going to open up the hip by bringing the other knee into our body. So you can be holding here, or you can be holding above here. And work where you're just at to begin with, you're just at the limits of your flexibility. So you're really focused here on that opening in the hip. And use your breath. Maybe your exhale will help you to open up the hip a little bit more. Again, if you're that kind of person who needs to be moving for creativity, you can bring in a bit of rocking, circles, otherwise just staying there. Okay, unhooking your foot, just bringing your legs a bit wide here, so kind of getting a bit of an opening, maybe a little bit of a circle, and then swap to the other side. You might find this feels really different, or just the same. Again, working on the exhale to really intensify the stretch, Obviously not to the point of discomfort, but to the point where it really takes up your attention. So your mind's not so easily able to drift. Okay, and then unhooking the foot again. For the rest of this track, you've got, or the next, say 3 to 5 minutes, you've got 2 options. I'm going to leave you, but either you can come down into your Shavasana. So if this is a good place for you to find a bit of peace, stillness, and maybe palms turn up to the ceiling or any other position, roll to the side. Or if this doesn't work for you, if you're wanting to have a bit more of a movement-based relaxation, then maybe have a go at kind of stretching in any way that feels right for your body here. Just really lazy, slow stretches. See how slow you can make them. Okay. Right, I'm going to leave you to keep going with that.